Hey, I'm Jaded Nerd. Welcome. I wanted to talk about being an introvert. What does that mean? I call this Confessions of an Introvert. I've always felt like I never fit in, and I kind of wanted to share with you all how that feels. One of the first things I want to say is we're avoiding contact, we're avoiding interactions because we don't feel like we fit in. I never felt like I fit in. So whether it was school, work, church, anything, I just never felt like I fit in. I never felt good enough. And we can talk about feelings of invalidation and inferiority, and we can break down psychoanalytical things, but this is not the place for that. I want to just let you know, just off the bat, as an introvert, I just automatically feel like I'm not going to fit in for a variety of reasons. Whether it's, social or mental or just being on a different wavelength, I've always struggled with fitting in any social situation. So it just makes me uncomfortable. I avoid it. Which kind of brings me to the next point. I wanted to say something funny. I don't like people. I'm one of the nicest, most friendly individuals, but I do not like people. I think what it stems from just society as a whole. The bar is low. So we don't aspire for greatness and we don't aspire to challenge ourselves. I like to say that the idiocy is the new ceiling. So instead of aspiring to be something greater than what you are and ascending, idiocy, the complacency, the apathy that we've just allowed to settle in our culture. And it's alarming to a person like myself. It's alarming to most people. So rather than deal with it, it's just a lot easier just to avoid it. So I don't like people. Want them to like me, and I want to be validated by their like, by their comment, by their acknowledgement. But at the core, I don't like people because I feel like I don't fit in, because a part of me doesn't like myself, because I just feel like I'm not like everybody else. So I just kind of keep it all to myself. That's just something I want to share as an introvert. I experience my friendships and my relationships differently. So it's more vicariously. I observe the relationships and friendships of others. I observe it through social media, online. I observe what people do at work or out and about in the real world. And in a weird way, I'm able to experience the camaraderie and the comfort of a friendship without having to invest, my equity and my personal stock, because I just have a distrust, a natural distrust. So that's just something that stemmed from a little kid. And again, when you're an introverted individual, you're within yourself, you're within your mind, you're within your heart. Everything is within. Everything is just within. The focus is within. And I don't think people really understand that. So I just wanted to put out there that, hey, I'm avoiding the contact. I don't feel like I fit in. I experience my friendships through others vicariously because I just feel like I'm gonna just mess it all up. And I don't like people. I like them to like me, and I really, really care about people. But just liking people right now, the way society is broken down, I just don't like them. And it's so odd for me to say that. I want people to watch this video, and I want them to thumbs up and thumbs down and subscribe. And I'm saying I don't like people, but it's kind of hard to explain. But maybe once idiocy is not our ceiling, then perhaps I can be invested in people again because, hey, that's humanity. It's people. Um, I may not see you every day. I may not see people for years, but my memory is so good and I remember everything like it was just the other day. So even if I said something to you 20 years ago, I always think about it. I always keep it in my mind. So when I see you again and I'm talking about, remember so and so, remember this, and remember we said that, and it may not be fresh to you, but to an introverted individual, it's almost like the brain is on a never ending loop. And it's just like a cycle, whether it's 24-hour news cycle for people that might understand that, or just a never ending loop. It just goes on and on and on. It's all this information and all these feelings and all this processing that goes on. So there's no break from it. But a good thing about it is that it allows you to pull that information up. So you're always ready to reference it, and it's always with you. So when you do see somebody, even though as introverted as I am, when I do interact and when I do engage with people and when I do take a moment to let the guard down briefly, then it's almost like, hey, wow, you remember everything. I don't know why I do, but for me, I remember things as if they were yesterday because that's all I have. I don't have the daily human interaction because, again, I don't feel like I fit in. So I found ways to compensate for that, and it's by heightened memory. So just keep that in mind because you never know. Even though they're not saying anything to you, they're remembering everything, the situation, the experience, what you said, how you said it, and everything. So please just keep that in mind if you're not introverted or if you know somebody that stays to themselves and you don't understand why. I'm loyal, and despite my discomfort, I'm always thinking of others. If anything, I'm thinking of others too much, perhaps too often. I'm too invested in what others think. I'm too invested in trying to figure out why they don't like me. But yet I don't like people. So it's this crazy, crazy contradiction going on, you know? When I'm thinking about I'm introverted, I'm trying to figure out everything. See what it is? I'm quiet, but I'm thinking. I'm a thinker. I think all the time. And to me, I figured out the secrets of the universe and I keep the secrets to myself because you don't want people to laugh at you when you start talking about what it is that's playing in your mind constantly all the time. So partly of what it is for most people who identify, say I'm introverted, or if you say, hey, that person is introverted, they don't want to interact. I think what it is there's something bigger going on within them, a contribution that they may have, and they're trying to process it because they don't understand it. Whether it's something for the arts, something in music, something in movies, maybe they're a genius, a musical genius, an analytical, intellectual genius, whatever. I think that they are gifted with something that they need to share, and I think to pay for it and to balance it off, they have discomfort dealing with people because what they have is for everybody. So I don't know. I just think that's just a way of balancing it out. They have an awesome gift, but you can't be given everything. So they are given trepidation about giving that gift to people, sharing that gift with people. They learn more about, I'm telling you, I've learned more about myself understanding why I avoid people, which hence helps me understand people better. I'm not going to drag it on. I might stretch this out and maybe do a couple of installments or break it or do a couple of other videos just to kind of clean it up or just elaborate further. But I just wanted to share some of the things that goes on in the mind of somebody like myself who's introverted. If you like the content, please thumbs up, thumbs down. You can always subscribe so that I can get feedback from you. I would love to have suggestions for what you'd like me to talk about. If you have a difference of opinion, I would love to hear it. It helps strengthen my mind when I have someone bring something contrary to what I'm bringing. I'm Jaded Nerd. I will talk to you guys next time.